caught me. Hello, everybody. How are we all tonight? Welcome to another Cheapskates Club Live. It's Tuesday, the 4th of April, 2023. The year is getting away from us. I had to stop and think what date it was. I'm Kath Armstrong, creator of the Cheapskates Club, where our goal is to live life debt-free, cashed up and laughing. And you know what? It is absolutely possible, even in 2023 and the absolute chaos that surrounds us at the moment. If this is your first time visiting our channel, welcome. I'm really glad you're here. And if it's not, welcome back. Guys, the live chat is enabled tonight. And our moderator is Delaney. You'll see her name in blue in the live chat. Please remember to be kind to everyone because we are all at different stages in our cheapskating journey, and keep your questions polite and your answers relevant and polite. So Delaney has an easy evening and she can enjoy the show too. Now, to join the live chat, you need to be logged into your YouTube channel, your YouTube account, or your Gmail account. And that's a YouTube thing, not a Kath thing. If you don't have one, it's not a problem. You can leave your comments in the comment section below me and I will see them and I will do my best to answer your questions. Now, just a little housekeeping. Always housekeeping. That's painful, isn't it? But there's always housekeeping to be done. The last 10 days or so, we have been inundated with scammers, not spammers, but scammers here on our YouTube channel and on Cheapskates Chatter. Now, I have done my best to remove them. Thankfully, most of them, because there were heaps, most of them were picked up by the filters that I've set. Saved me a lot of stress. But if you see something that doesn't look right, that you think is a bit shonky, let me know so I can deal with it either here in the comments or on Cheapskates Chatter. And of course, speaking of Cheapskates Chatter, you are more than welcome to come over to Facebook and join our group if you haven't already. But you must answer the question and you must agree to the group rules. If you don't do those two things you've got to do, if you don't do them, you won't be accepted. No exceptions. Now, I'm pretty sure that most requests are genuine. But folks, if you're new, I don't know you. I don't know you at all. And you have the advantage of sort of knowing me because you watched the YouTube channel or you followed my newsletter or whatever. But I don't know you. So I don't accept any incomplete requests. They are not approved. They sit in the queue to wait to be approved. I don't. They just are deleted. So remember, there's two things you need to do. Answer the question and accept the group rules. And those are both on me. I chose those, and that's to keep us all safe because we all need to be safe. So who is with us tonight? I had a quick look. Quick look. Wow, lots of people. 70 people watching. Woohoo! Wow, lots and lots. Yvonne got rid of the men. Sounds horrible. Depends how you got rid of them. I'm sure you did it nicely. Hello, Estelle. Suzanne. Hello, Kerry. Nice to see you here. I hope you are feeling well. Hello, Jane. Still late. I made a cuppa. And got a glass of water, Jane. So I should be set for a while. Let's see. Aradia, Evelyn, Selena. Going through all this. Amy. Hello, Maureen. Hello, Beverly. Hello, Trish. Yes, they are stock photos. I do not share photos of my pantry, and I don't ask anyone else to. It is not safe. It is especially in these times. I'll talk about it during the show. It is not safe. Don't do it. Hello, Greg Evans, Lynette, Glennis. Yvonne, tablecloths are great sources of fabric, though. You can do so much with tablecloths. I've got a thing coming up what to do with an old sheet. Swap out tablecloth for sheet. There's heaps of things you can do. Hello, Michelle. Hello, Mary. Hello, Utah. Tegan. Hello, Annabelle. Hello, Roseanne. Catnaps. Melissa. Hello, Gloria. And Veronica. Another Catherine. Oh, gosh. Yes, the world is in chaos. I'm dreading what's going to happen overnight. I'm absolutely dreading it. Hello, Kylie. Oh, and you've ditched your birthday boy for me. Oh, happy birthday to your eldest. Hello, Kelly. Hello, Cheryl. Goodness, there's lots of people here tonight. No, Estelle, the questions aren't difficult, which is why I'm always amazed that people don't answer them. Anyway, hello, Julie, Chris Miller, Teresa, Trina, Kelly, Tiffany. You're not late, Tiffany. Anytime, and you can always catch up on the replay if you need to. Okay. If you are new, if you don't mind, would you let us know that you are new, just so that we can say welcome? Because honestly, like I said, you guys sort of all know me because you see me. You can put the face to the voice to the whatever, but all I see is a name typed out there. And unless I know it personally or I've interacted with you before, I don't know you. So I really want to. Okay. All right, 7:37. Time to get moving, guys, because everyone should be here by now. And if they're not, they will catch up. So, who took up the Stone Age challenge last week? I have to say, when I decided to start with, move to the cash budget, I honestly had no idea, people. I had no idea it was going to be so timely or so difficult for all of us. Do you know what? Within 24 hours of us, starting our Stone Age challenge by saying we're going to move to a cash budget, within 24 hours, mainstream and not so mainstream media, they were just blowing up about a centralized digital currency. It was like we opened the floodgates, guys. They were watching, they heard us. We opened the floodgates. And the very next morning, I was talking to Annabelle and I said, I've changed my opinion. And I did. Because at the time, I think I said about 10 years. I was talking to Annabelle. I said, I think we'll have it within 5 years. It could be 2 years. And you know what? Lo and behold, Wayne came home from work on last Wednesday night, and he was nonstop. And you've got to know my husband does not much. He says what he's got to say, and that's it. And he was full of how he'd been listening to the news while he was traveling between jobs. And they were saying within 2 years, Australia will have a common centralized digital currency. 2 years. Things are moving quickly, guys. So very quickly. Barely time to take a breath. But anyway, I want to know, how did you go with switching to a cash budget? Because it is actually getting harder and harder to get our hands on cash. Did anyone have trouble getting cash this week? And let alone use it to buy what we need or to pay the bills. Now, I saw Joy posted over on Cheapskates Chatter that she failed. She didn't fail when she was buying fuel. and it wasn't a fail because she left home without her cash, and the fuel was like a super duper fantastic price. So she used her card to fill up, and she saved over $12. That's not a fail, that's not a fail. And I'm pretty sure that we will all have hiccups, especially as it's harder to find cash to spend and harder to find retailers that will accept it, because they're all starting to go, no. Your local little guys seem to be happy, but some of those bigger guys just do not want it. But don't give up. Don't give up. Because really, your cash budget is a really good way to keep control of your money. Like everything we do, there's a learning curve, and we need to practice. So I'm going to pop back over. I'm doing a lot of clicking tonight. Because Simply Good Live said, paid cash for all food purchases this week, unexpected bonus, local butcher rounded you down to the nearest dollar, Aldi rounded down a couple of cents, and yes, it does all add up. And when you swipe your card, that doesn't happen. So well done. Really, really, really pleased that you sort of got a little of a bonus for going with cash. All right. Yeah, Stell says she tries to do it with petrol. Hello, Kelly. Well, long time watcher, first time poster. Well, welcome. I'm so glad you decided to join in. We're actually really friendly. Well, they might be. I can be a bit unfriendly sometimes, but I try my hardest to be friendly. I've got a lot to say. Oh, birthday boy's in bed. Starts work at 4:30. Okay. All right. I don't feel quite so bad, Kylie. Yes, Maureen, it was on the news tonight about the trial grab and go. They're doing it at Marvel Stadium for the football. So I recorded it. And it will be just digital payments. Some Woolworths supermarkets are trialing it, and eventually checkouts will just disappear. I know, I was going to say a couple of years ago, but you know what? This COVID thing's really messed with my time, my sense of time. So it might have been more than a couple of years ago. There was talk of trolleys. And as you scanned your card or your phone, can't remember which it was, as you collected your trolley, and as you put things into the trolley, there was a reader on the trolley that read the barcode, and it just deducted it off your card, and you just walked out. It wasn't that long ago, but like I say, COVID really messed with my sense of time. So digital payments on the way. I don't want digital payments. I don't give anyone access to my bank account. I don't do tap and go. I don't like the insecurity of it. I think you all know that. Thank you. Yes, thumbs up would be really, really good, guys. Kerry had a nana nap. Wish I'd had a nana nap. I do know you, Estelle. It's all right. I only pay for my Amazon card. You know what? It's pretty hard sometimes to not. I go out once a week. I go out once a week. Try to go out once a week and do everything within my local. That's probably, it's about a 3.5 kilometre perimeter of where I live. I try to get everything done and shop locally, support local business. I try to do that as best I can. Sometimes I have to go a bit further for special things. Yeah, we do those things. And if it's debit card, it's not so bad, is it? Because it's gone. You can't spend it again. It's not like a credit card where you're going to owe it. Suzanne managed it. It was on Channel 7 News, Mrs. Dillegaff. Yvonne needed a new car battery today. Aren't they expensive? Yep. Well done, Estelle. She's planned her cash for the month, including cash to start on the cash emergency fund. Well done. It is a bit scary. It is a bit scary because, yes, whether it's the WEF or your governments or whoever, can control you all. I've been doing a lot of research on this the last week or so, and it's really the invasiveness, because they will know where you shop, when you shop, every single thing you buy, where you buy it, how much you paid for it. If it's a repeat thing, how often. They'll be able to track you, and we're already being tracked. We get that all the time. Oh, this virus is lingering, something shocking. It happens all the time, which is why I like cash and why I'm not a fan so much of rewards cards. It is very scary. Yvonne's getting a cash out tomorrow. Do we have no cash petrol stations around here still? Can't say that I put fuel in my car. I usually send someone else to do it for me. Maureen paid cash for everything. Woo! Yes, I do know how hard it is. They don't know how to count out the change. It's laughable. And you can sort of go to them, I gave you 20, so you've got to give me, $3.72 back. And I have no idea how to do it. It's hilarious, which is a sad indictment on our education system if they can't do the basic math. Tegan, grab and go is a new form of shopping. It will be that you will pick up your thing as you go in. You will scan your card or tap your phone, and as you pick stuff up, when you leave, it will be recorded and just automatically deducted off your, that's a very simple version, off your card. So literally you can go in, and if it's, for instance, at the footy, you can go in and you can pick up your bucket of chips, scan your card, pick up your bucket of chips, pick up your pie and your soft drink and walk out without actually having to stop and pay someone. It will be done automatically. It'll be interesting to see how well it goes. I could imagine that they're promoting it for the football as it's going to, save so much time because there'll be no queuing and blah, 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 blah. Be interesting to see how many hiccups they have, how many we probably will never hear, but how many fake charges or wrong charges or overcharges there will be. I don't know whether I told you, just recently I've had 2 Uber charges on my MasterCard, which is hilarious because I don't use Uber. And they were both for Sydney. One was from Sydney Airport to somewhere else, and one was somewhere around CBD. So I got onto it straight away and they were refunded. But over the weekend, Hannah came out and said, Mum, I've got an Uber charge on my card. She said, I haven't used Uber. Well, get onto it straight away. So somewhere, somehow, our card number's been scammed. So we've gone through the process of changing all the details. Now, because it was a debit card, it was a MasterCard debit card, so I'm not keeping any money on it. And as I go to pay for something, I put the money on it before I pay for it. So that's working fine for the time being. Yes, Melissa, I think it's an Amazon invention. the grab and go or an Amazon innovation, so to speak. Hello, Coralie, you're not late. There you go. The problem is, at the very least, it requires electricity. It requires some form of internet connection. If those two things, if one or both are down, there is no trade. You can't buy. You can't buy food. You can't buy fuel. You can't pay your bills. It's really interesting how it's going to go. It's coming, Delaney. We got a thing, I think it was for power, about changing the way we pay. Well, I just pay it. They do not have access to my bank account. Nobody has access to my bank account. Certainly not voluntarily from me. I just do the transfer too. Well done, Suzanne, and good luck at the dentist. I hope it goes well for you. I was listening to, totally off topic, guys, radio overnight. I couldn't sleep. And there was a dentist on, and he was saying that for, what was it? To get, a man rang up and said, I've been quoted $10,000 for having my lower teeth, what's left of them, extracted and implants put in. And I went, wow, $10,000, ouch. Yep. He went, oh no, that's a good price. And, oh gosh. And the guy actually said to him, well, you know what, would it be detrimental if I just had my teeth out and let my gums heal and didn't get them and kept my $10,000? He was an older man. Kept my $10,000. I'm thinking, I might be doing that too. Good on you, Annabelle. Might have been for buying beer. No, if you're buying alcohol, you still have to, you'll be siphoned off because you still have to show proof of ID, etc., etc., etc. Trina had 2 Uber charges as well. Beverly gave all the grandchildren cash. Yep, Coralie, during the pandemic, my Coles wouldn't accept cash, and I just literally left the shopping and said, see ya. Pounds, shillings, and pence. Wow. No, interest rates didn't go up today, which is not to say that they won't next month, but they didn't today. All right, I need to get on with this or we will never get finished, guys. So, with everything going on, tonight's topic is, making the perfect pantry, building the perfect pantry, because it takes practice. A perfect, well-stocked pantry, it doesn't just happen. It takes a lot of planning, it takes a lot of budgeting, it takes a lot of organizing, it takes a lot of hard work, it takes a lot of shopping, it takes a lot of practice. And this is a part of the Stone Age challenge. And I can assure you I am not building a Stone Age pantry. Not going quite that far. Not building a Stone Age pantry. But it is a part of the challenge. I know wouldn't it just be so lovely if we could just zip off to the supermarket one day, or to the supermarkets, depending on how we shop, and get everything we need to stock our pantries as full as they can be, and build our stockpile to where we want it to be. Then the job's done. It would be, sort of like Genie. We fold our arms and we nod our head and blink, and it all just happens. Would that not be fun? I think I'd like that. Voila, the pantry's filled, the stockpile's built. All I had to do is fold my arms and blink and nod my head. And it looks beautiful. It looks so pretty. It looks like one of those ones on the thumbnail, or could grace one of those homemaking blogs or vlogs or whatever. Well, sadly, it's not quite like that in real life, is it? Well, for starters, it's just not practical. It's just not practical. Most people have no idea what they use in a week on a regular basis, let alone a month or a year. And they have no idea how much of each thing they use in that time. They don't really know what their cleaning pantry needs, what their toiletry pantry needs, what their first aid pantry needs, their baking, because remember, our pantry isn't just the place we keep food in the kitchen. It's the cleaning supplies, and it's the toiletries, and it's the garden needs, and the presents, and the first aid, and the mending, sewing, that sort of thing. Our pantries have a lot of different zones that need to be filled, and they need to be used, and they need to be maintained. And right now, we're all trying to do those things and stay ahead of inflation, which is why we're doing it as part of the Stone Age challenge. So I heard on Economic Ninja this morning that he thinks inflation in the USA is stabilised. I'm just wondering I know we've got 16 rubies with Roseanne. Can any of our US viewers tell us if that's what they're experiencing when they go shopping, or if they try to fill their car up, or pay their bills, get the power bill or the gas bill or whatever? Because I'm pretty sure it's not happening here. I'm pretty sure inflation hasn't stabilised here. We might be told that it has, but I'm pretty sure it hasn't. Now, lettuce were $4.50 each at the weekend. $4.50. And they were puny little things like this. They, like a softball, would have been bigger. And I have to say, though, if you eat lettuce and you're not growing them, then perhaps you should be paying $4.50, because they are the easiest thing to grow. And in Australia, lettuce will grow all year round, even here in Melbourne. And yes, they will grow all year round in the tropics too, if you look after them. They do slow down in the cooler months, but they still grow, and they will do well. They will do exceptionally well if you put them in grow bags or in tubs or pots where you can keep an eye on them and keep them warm in winter, a little bit dry if you're in the tropics and it's pouring wet. But anyway, I'd love to know if inflation in the US is, lots of comments. Okay. Shopping. Can't read it. Shopping's gotten expensive. Just a short essential grocery visit is $50. Our utilities went up 30% this winter. Ours are due to go up about the same rate. Okay. All right. Interesting to know. I know Alaska Prepper. I know some of you watch Alaska Prepper. He did showed a shopping haul this morning and it was over $260, and there was nothing. Now I know he's in Alaska and he will be paying a premium for his groceries, but really it was just awful. Prices jumping 50 to 75 cents on each item. Ouch. Okay. Rice. I haven't bought rice for ages. I have been rationing out. I love rice. But I've been rationing it. I haven't been using it a lot. Ouch. So much, and it hurts us. All right. Now, with that, with trying to beat inflation, trying to build our perfect pantries, we want to buy 3 months worth of groceries or 6 months worth of groceries or a year's worth of groceries, because I'm a yearly shopper. You do that at once, it puts a big dent in the grocery budget or in your bank account. And I know, because when I do that once a year shopping, I have to save up for the whole year to be able to afford to do it. Even buying 3 months worth of everything, it can really hit your grocery budget and your bank account hard if you're not prepared for it. So we need to prepare. You can do it. You can shop in bulk like that, shop ahead like that. It just takes practice, and that's what we're talking about. The perfect pantry takes practice. And you can practice pantry building so that you end up with the perfect pantry if you create a plan and stick to it. You've got to be consistent, and you need to decide what your perfect pantry is. And this is going to be different for everyone. And that's just fine. We're all different. So it makes sense that our pantries should be different too. There would be no point in me stocking tinned ham, because first of all, we don't eat it. Secondly, we don't like it. It would just sit on the shelf. We would have to be like dying of starvation before we'd eat it. So it makes more sense to stock what you eat and stock what you use. Tailor your pantry to suit your needs and wants, no one else's. If you don't eat beans or lentils, don't keep 50 kilos of them. That's just going to weigh you down in money wasted, space wasted, guilt because you've got food sitting there that you don't really like and you don't know what to do with it. Maybe keep a kilo or two in the pantry to use in soup. But again, if you don't eat soup or you don't make soup, maybe just a kilo will be enough to get you through the odd recipe where beans or lentils are needed. And that means you can stock more of what you do eat. Now, I know that's not what most preppers will tell you to do. But remember, guys, what are we? We're not preppers. We are preparers. We are preparing. We're preparing to maintain our families during whatever crisis comes our way, be it a stubbed toe, sudden unemployment, another pandemic, please God, no. Even if we just do it because we don't like shopping, that's me, and want to have food security. But before you start stocking, you really do need to know what you use, how much you use, and how often you use it, so that you know what to buy, what quantities to buy, how long they're going to last you. And that means you need to think about seasonal eating. It's not quite as simple as just racing out to the supermarket, throwing some things in the trolley and coming home, putting them on the shelves. In summer, we, meaning my family and I, we live mostly on salads, and I do very, very little baking other than bread, rolls. I might make some tortillas. Now, I still buy bread and rolls and tortillas, but more often than not, I will make them because I like it. We eat more tinned pineapple. We eat less soup. It's hot. It's not really soup weather, so we eat less soup. We eat more tomatoes and less pumpkin. So, in winter we eat more pumpkin, less tomatoes. We eat more soup, less tinned pineapple. So factor in your seasonal eating when you're planning what's going to go into your perfect pantry. Can you see how it takes time and it takes practice? Because I can tell you, I am still refining the pantry, and I have been pantry building like this for 29 years. 29 years, that's a long time. The other thing to consider for planning your perfect pantry is how you eat. Do you cook from scratch, or do you cook with some ready-made and some raw ingredients? Or perhaps you cook mostly using the convenient things or the ready-to-use ingredients, where you just have to combine them and heat them or whatever. Or do you eat more vegetables and less carbs, or vice versa? Do you prefer frozen food to shelf-stable food, like as in frozen peas to tinned peas or dehydrated peas? There's no right or wrong way for you to stock your pantry. And if anyone tells you the way you're doing it is wrong, this is what I do. I smile and I nod. As they're telling me what they think I should be doing or what I should have or how I should be using whatever, I smile and I nod. I don't say anything. And the whole time I'm thinking, well, that might work for you, but this is my pantry and I'll build it my way to suit my family. I've done it and I still do it. It works wonders. Just because I'm not saying anything doesn't mean I'm agreeing with them. Doesn't mean I'm not agreeing with them. Doesn't mean I am agreeing with them. Just smiling, nodding, and thinking to myself. That's what you do. Because what I do might not work for you. Now, I always listen. I always put a polite smile on my face. Sometimes I pick up a really good idea. But I built my pantry to suit my family and our needs, not someone else's. So my pantry is not going to be the same as yours. And I can give you an idea of my perfect pantry, and hopefully it will inspire you and might motivate you if you need those things. But it may not be your perfect pantry, and you don't have to do your pantry my way because I say it's the perfect pantry. Perfect is relative. My idea of the perfect pantry is more shelf-stable ingredients than anything else. I'm trying really hard to move away from relying on the freezers to store pantry items. The threat of blackouts and power interruptions is absolutely real. Just this week, I've become aware of 2 cheapskaters who've been living with blackouts. One family has had them almost daily for weeks. Almost daily for weeks. And I'm not scaremongering, I'm not lying, I'm not making it up. I've been contacted and I asked if I had ideas to help them deal with the challenge of not having power. Because let's face it, 2023, everything relies on power. So I'm moving away from having my pantry relying on power. My pantry is also ingredients based. I stock flours, I stock sugar, I stock tea, coffee, lots of different types of beans. I have red, green and brown lentils. I have rice, I have oats, I have lots of pasta. I have a good variety of dried fruits. I have mixed dried fruit. I have sultanas, apricots, cherries. I've got strawberries, bananas, raisins, currants, orange and lemon slices. I've got dehydrated peel. because they're the things that we use. They're the things we like, and they're the things we use. I also keep some tinned foods, and I absolutely have no issues with this, but baked beans, tomato soup, pineapple, apricot nectar, tuna, salmon. I have a half a dozen cream of whatever soups. I've got chicken asparagus, and celery, I think, for emergencies. I have some harvest stews. Oh my gosh, have those things gone up? I'm glad I got them a while back. Over $5 a can now. Now I use those as backup meals. I can put them in on toast if we have to, or in a pie. They make great pie fillings. But usually I have them just throw in the camping box as a backup for when something happens. We're late into camp or something. Heat up a tin in the fire while the toast is cooking. It's done. I have oil. I have olive oil. I have rice bran oil. I have sunflower oil. When I buy oil for the pantry, I try to get it in tins or dark bottles so that it lasts that little bit longer. And then on the shelf, you'll see canned mince and chicken. You'll see soups, brisket, corned beef. I have beans canned, ready to heat and eat in tacos or haystacks. Don't need to be cooked, they're already done. These things are all shelf stable, and they're going to keep for years on the pantry shelf without power. So if the power goes out, that food is safe. But best of all, the ingredients have all been bought at really rock bottom prices, so that it's saving us money as well as giving us food security. Now, don't get me wrong, there is meat in the freezer too, but I am moving to more shelf stable and less freezer for the pantry. You know, we have veggies. We have tinned veggies. I've got tins of corn kernels. I've got peas and carrots. Peas. I have dehydrated peas. I have dehydrated mixed veggies that I've put through the dehydrator myself. They're all on the shelf. This summer, I thought the garden was going to just not do anything this summer, and it's sort of been a late bloomer. But I've been able to dehydrate enough zucchini to last us for 2 years. Not all at once. It's been a process. But you might be thinking that's overkill. In my mind, it's sensible, because I had the excess zucchini this year. Next year I may not have any, and there may not be enough to preserve for the following 12 months. So I've got a little bit ahead. And getting ahead when we can makes sense. And yes, it does save you money. It does save you time. It does save you energy. It could stop you going hungry. It could stop you wearing dirty clothes if you're just a little bit ahead on your pantry. Because another section of my pantry is cleaning supplies. Now, I don't buy a lot of cleaning products as products. I have bicarb, and hasn't that got expensive? I have borax, I have washing soda, I have laundry soap, I have eucalyptus oil, I have lavender oil, I have salt, I've got dishwashing liquid and dishwashing powder in my cleaning pantry. With those, I can make washing powder, I can make miracle spray, I can clean the floors, I can clean the bathrooms, I can clean the showers, I can clean the windows, I can even clean the oven. I can get stains out of clothes, get stains out of the carpet or my car seats. And it hasn't cost a fortune. I haven't spent hundreds of dollars on cleaning products. It's just a few, and they're very inexpensive when you compare them to what you pay for commercial cleaning products. The initial outlay may seem a lot, but you get a lot of cleaning done with those ingredients, because a little goes a long way. So it doesn't cost much to keep the house clean when you have your cleaning pantry full. So building your pantry to wherever you want it to be, it's going to take time and it's going to cost money. And unless you've got a few $1,000s just sitting around doing nothing, and even on the $300 a month food challenge, you'd need $3,600 sitting around doing nothing. So if you were to do a year shop, it can be done. Because there's so many ways to build your pantry without going over budget. Now, I started way back when, long time ago, by simply creating a monthly shopping list. I had one for spring, summer, and another one for autumn, winter, and sticking to it. When I went to the shops, I took the shopping list, I bought everything on that list. Even if we didn't need it, I bought it. And that sometimes meant that there was an extra packet of rice or butter or pasta or wheat bix or whatever, and it went into the stockpile and started my stockpile. It was the backup. It also meant that doing that, I never went over grocery budget. I knew exactly how much my groceries were going to cost every month, to the cent. So if you have a very tight grocery budget and you already know what you buy and how often, perhaps you could do the same. Now, your pantry will get a bit of a boost when some of the items on your shopping list go on half price or sometimes better, sale. Then you spend what you'd normally spend, and if it's half price, you get two. So you've got one free. So you're going to spend that money anyway, and you get to enjoy those items and help build your pantry. Another way to build your pantry is the $5 a week pantry building program. And that's simple. You just allocate $5 just for stockpile items. Now, of course, you're going to look for them on sale or half price or clearance. Alternative brands is always a good way. If you don't like it, you can go back to your regular brand. It's an easy way to build your pantry. Or another way that lots of people like to do it is to use all their loyalty points. They cash in their loyalty points on their Flybuys or their rewards card or whatever once every 3 months or once a year or whatever. Convert it into dollars and use that to buy stockpile items to fill their pantry. You do whatever works for you, and you might have to try all of those and find your own way to build your pantry. It could be as simple as changing brands. A lot of money can be saved by changing to cheaper brands. And lots of things doesn't really matter. There's no great drama. There's so many ways you can build your pantry without going over budget. Growing and preserving some of what you eat. There goes that lettuce, $4.50. Got one at home, extra $4.50 in the grocery budget. It gives you fresh food, leaves money in your budget to spend on something else. I need a drink. I'm sure you get the idea. You can all figure it out. What I'm trying to say is there is no one way that works for everyone. We're all different. We all have different shopping lists. We all have different shopping habits. We shop in different stores in different areas. We'll have different budgets and different needs. What I'm trying to get across is you can look at my stockpile list. It's on the website. You can watch other bloggers and vloggers as they explain and show their pantries. Don't ever do that, folks. But what is right for them or for me may not be right for you. Your pantry is personal. It needs to be tailored to suit you and your needs. So go ahead and look and gather the ideas, but tweak them to suit you. Or you'll just give up because their system doesn't work for you. It might look pretty for them and it might look lovely. And you know what? Did we all see the meme that went round a couple of weeks ago about YouTubers in their perfect kitchens and their perfect craft rooms and whatever? And then someone turned the camera slightly and everything was just pushed off to the side. Real life, folks. What you see, I've still got the thing behind me. I've got piles of work over there. I've got trestle table over there that hasn't been put away. It's real life. What you see here, it's real. I don't dress it up or dress it down. What you see is what I'm living in. You know, and it works for your pantry too. There's a whole heap of pantry building information and ideas and examples on our website, on the Cheapskates Club website. There's plenty of threads in the forum on the subject. Joy, she's been busy today. She posted just before I popped on tonight. I noticed she'd posted in the stockpiling thread. So don't think that this one video, this one show is it. I've been talking and teaching pantry building, and especially once a month shopping and yearly shopping and stockpiling. I've been doing that for 22 years. 22 years. So be kind to me, because sometimes I forget that you may not have heard some things and I'll skim over them because to me it's just habit. So if I skip a bit of information, feel free to ask your questions. I'll do my best to answer them for you. But it can be done. Even in April 2023 in Australia or Canada or England or Japan or New Zealand or America, it can be done. We can build our pantries. So this week for our Stone Age challenge, that's what we're going to work on. I'm going to sort of work on how I'm going to keep building my pantry. I have a few gaps I'd like to fill in, so I want to work on that. I did a little quick mini stock take over the weekend. Plenty of pasta, enough pasta and various spaghetti, fettuccine, twists, that sort of thing. And if push comes to shove, I can make it. Because it's easy to do. I mean, really, pasta's easy. Plenty of pasta. I've got plenty of beans and lentils. I have plenty of, most things. Some things I'd like a little bit more of, just for my comfort zone. So I'll be working on that list and how to get those things this week. And that's what your challenge is. To work on your stockpiling shopping list or your pantry building shopping list. Think about how long you want your pantry to sustain you, whether it's a month, 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, however long it is. It's up to you, because you know your circumstances. No one else does. You do. And plan around that. Think about what you need, what you use in that time, how much of each thing you need, where you buy it from. Start keeping a track of where it's available, because there's still quite a lot of things that are missing on our shelves. That's your challenge this week. Start getting your pantry to be a perfect for you pantry. Okay, now 90 people watching, woohoo, and lots of comments. All right. Wow, OJ 349 gone up to 5.99. Ouch. Oh, well done, Yvonne. Cauliflower for $1.49. Bargain. $71 for dishwasher tablets. Guys, I don't know why people buy dishwasher tablets. Even if you cut them in half, they're expensive. Aldi dishwasher powder, 2 teaspoons in the dishwasher. Works a treat. Oh, gosh. Goodness gracious me. Yeah, Roseanne, regular prices are horrible. Yeah, Catherine, Coles or Aldi dishwasher powder does perfect job. Oh, okay. It's not that hard. It's not that well. Okay, maybe because we're aware of it, we don't find it hard, and we can see it happening. I still get a bit bamboozled by people that seem surprised that these things are happening. I'm like, do you not know your Bible? But there are people out there who do not know their Bible. So, yeah. Yeah, we don't eat ham. Well, I don't eat ham. Wayne eats ham. I don't. But you know what? If you were starving, would you eat it? Probably. Mm. Uh, um, there you go. If you've got to have dishwasher tabs, Aldi ones, $5 for 30. No, Tegan, I couldn't imagine winter without soup. Hannah brought me another pumpkin. Oh, so much pumpkin. It was the biggest pumpkin. I think I've never seen a pumpkin as huge. I could barely lift it, and so I had to get Wayne to cut it up for me, and I canned pumpkin soup. I've got 16 pints and 3 quarts, and I did the quarts for when she's here because then there'll be enough for us. So wow, I love soup. I'd live on soup. I like soup. Yeah, no, they don't, and they won't unless you have mega millions. They don't care. They don't care. They're still making their money. They don't care. Uh, uh, wow, that's interesting. Seriously, anything. I don't even. What's the thing with your phone where you can just tap your phone now? You don't even, or just hold your phone over a thing. None of this is. It's gimmicky, and for those of you who are young enough to have not grown up with cash, it sounds like fun, but no. Yeah. Yeah, I use the short cycle on my dishwasher too, Wendy. I saw that. Maureen posted that over on Cheapskate's Chatter too. Legs of lamb, $9.99 a kilo, guys. Oh my goodness. That's like it's a bit like the butter. I think I'd sell my other kidney to get lamb at that price. That's a great price. It was that cheap a while back, and I was able to get some. I will be getting some more. I might have to process some stuff out of the freezer to make room, but we will do it. Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm not a fan of tin soup either. When we go away, I usually get a tin of the, here it's Heinz chunky something or other. And that actually goes quite well in the camp oven with whatever veggies and meat and stuff is left as a last night sort of casserole. And you just keep adding to it till you've got enough to feed everyone. But again, because it's tinned, it doesn't need refrigeration. It's easy to take with us. Estelle, it's hard work. It is not easy. Trust me. It's hard work and it takes a lot of planning. But there's so much that we can make shelf stable. But it is hard work. It's hard work. It's not easy, but it's hard work. Here in Victoria, Estelle. Yes, here in Victoria for the power outages. You know what? I think so too, Selena, because why? Ingredients give you options. If you've got, you've just got tin stews on the shelf and nothing but tin stews, then you could just have stew on toast or stew on a plate or stew in a bowl or stew out of the can or stew in a pie. But if you've got the potatoes, the carrots, the onions, the meat, the ingredients for the gravy, the seasonings, you could make a soup. You could make rissoles. You could do all sorts of things. Ingredients give you options. Maureen just gave herself a Stone Age haircut. I wish my Stone Age hairdresser would hurry up and come down so I could get a haircut. Natural gas is being phased out in Australia too, Roseanne, which is really stupid. I'll say it. It is the most ridiculous idea any fool has come up with in a long time, is to phase out natural gas. Australia has enough natural gas reserves to last us 400 years. Even if we grew and it only lasted us 200 years, surely in that time, someone would come up with a better way to power our lives rather than banning gas and putting everyone on electricity when we don't have enough to supply what we need now, let alone when the whole country is running on electric. It just does not make sense. It is a stupid, stupid thing. Need to get off my soapbox, don't I? Yep, shelf stable, plain ingredients. And you can do so much with them. Have I ever used, as in zoodles? No. I've used spaghetti squash, which I don't mind, but the fussy people grizzle about it. But I don't mind spaghetti squash. I grew those a couple of years and we use the spaghetti squash. I've not. No, we just have, I will add it to sauces and things, but I don't, or bake it. I love it roasted. I love it stewed with onion and eggplant and garlic. In fritters, in zucchini slice, in quiche, but no, I don't use it instead of pasta. I do that with eggplant, Delaney. I do that with eggplant. I love eggplant. I just love eggplant. It's another thing that's really easy to grow. It's slow. It's easy to grow though. Yep, pet supplies. So, see, my issue is somebody will be sucked in by the marketing for the Fairy Miracle dishwasher tablets. $72 for a month, and that is if they only do one load a day. That is a ridiculous amount of money. That's a week's grocery money. That is just ridiculous. Totally absurd. Just stupid. Don't do it. Just don't do it. If you like Parmesan, put some Parmesan in the crumbs. Yum. Yep. Roseanne uses cashbacks to pay for her visits to Sam's. Cool. Well done, Estelle. Okay. All right. 5% is better than nothing, especially if it's in your pocket. Yeah, everything, Andrea. Shelves are bare all over the place, and they're not going to get any better. It's not going to get any better for a long, long time if it does. We need to be smart enough. I had someone call me out on it and say, well, I didn't know where I shop because her store was full. My answer was, but look harder. You've got soft drink where there was toilet paper. You've got tinned products, one deep and one high, and nothing behind them, as well as the prices going up. Now, I bought potatoes. I had to buy potatoes. I finished the last of our potatoes, and the next lot's not quite ready, just not quite ready. So I had to buy potatoes, and it really hurt. But I got them for $1.40 a kilo, which is not bad. I'm not complaining about that. I was happy with that. But some of the places I was looking at potatoes, they were $4.50 a kilo, and that was just for brushed potatoes. They weren't even the fancy schmancy low carb or whatever, just brushed potatoes. $4.50 a kilo. That is just ridiculous. And unfortunately, my guys like potato. No, we don't have Drakes in Victoria still. Okay. I like rice selena. I just saw a comment and now I've lost it. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to. All right. I'll come back to it if I think of it. All right. You pay anything by phone, it's not secure. The number of people that get cranky with me because I won't take their Cheapskates Club membership over the phone, it is not secure. They are giving the card number, the expiry date, the name on the card, and the security number. Happily do that. They won't put it through a secure server, but they will give it out over the phone. And when I say no, they get really upset. It is not secure. Same as putting it down on a piece of paper and posting it off. It is not secure. You do not do it. It is a stupid thing to do. Really, really dumb. Sorry, Estelle, I'm agreeing with you. It is very, very risky. Do not do it. Not allowed to have nuclear power in Australia. Doesn't matter. They've had it in the UK for 70 years or more, but can't have it here. Don't get me started. I was listening. You guys all know I am really big on accepting responsibility. I'm responsible for me. I'm responsible for my family, not you. I don't expect you to be responsible for me. I don't expect anyone else to be responsible for me. That's my job. I'm responsible for me. And I was listening last night, and we were talking. We had a by-election here over the weekend, and Labor won. It was a landslide and yada, yada, yada. And it was the first time in 50 years, yada, yada. Who cares? I don't care. I have no interest. I do not care. What got me was listening. I had trouble sleeping last night, so the radio was on. Listening to the number of people that came up, and they were all saying how good it was that Labor got in. And I'm sure the lady is going to do her very best. Happy for her to have the job, that's fine. But the number of people, because the government has to do something about housing, the government has to do something about unemployment, the government has to do something about the cost of living. Do you know what, people? No. The government does not. That is not the government's job. It is not the government's job to provide housing for you. It is not the government's job to provide you with a job. It is not the government's job to make sure you have money to buy your groceries. That is not the government's job. And because people think it is and expect it to be, that is exactly why Australia is up the creek without a paddle. Get off your patootsies and take care of yourself. Stop waiting for someone else to do it for you. It is not acceptable. I was so annoyed. Climate change. The number of people that said the government have to do something about climate change. No, they don't. You want to do something about climate change? Turn off your lights. Stop driving your car. Ditch your phones. Watch where you go to. Watch what you buy, the packaging, how you treat it. You be the change. You want to make a change, you be it. Don't wait for the government to do it. It is not the government's job. That is not what governments are for. It is just, now I'm really ranting and I'm really sorry, but it is so frustrating that everyone says, oh, the government has to do something about the cost of power. The government has to do something about climate change. It's ridiculous. No, the government doesn't. If you want to do something about climate change, do it yourself. Start. You be the change. Don't just sit back, rest on your laurels and say, well, I've done my bit because I said the government has to fix it. That is not right. Oh, my goodness. So aggravated. No wonder I couldn't sleep. My blood pressure must have been up. I was so cross. May I say, it will be a cold day in hell before anyone will take my heater away from me. I will say it. I don't care whether it's banned. I don't care. I love my fire and I am not getting rid of it just because some stupid person and a council decides it's bad for the air quality. We got a thing the other day. and our local council is going to fortnightly rubbish pickup. So we're not getting a bigger bin. Bin's going to stay the same size. It's just going to go to fortnightly. Okay. That's going to be interesting. I cannot wait to see how that backfires. I cannot wait to see how that backfires. ACT is Australian Capital Territory, Canberra. Okay. All right. Wow, $3.50 for a 5 kilo bags. What's that? 70 cents a kilo. That's not too bad. I would have stocked up 70 cents a kilo. I saw that Aldi butter sale. That's when I said to Wendy I'd sell a kidney to get the money to stock up on butter at that price. It was just like, whoa. I would be so excited to find butter at that price. Okay. Yes, convenience. Excuse me. Convenience is how companies trap people because people are lazy. Well, I probably might need it, but I won't waste the money on the hot water or the water to fill the bath. I'll have a cup of tea in a minute, but oh my goodness, I'm sorry, but this attitude of, I can just say, I'm going to say, well, I'm all for climate change and the government has to fix it. No, government doesn't have to fix it, people. If someone wants something, they want it, so they fix it. See, I'm not. I am expecting that there will be a lot of kickback with the rubbish bin collection being changed. It's well, we're not getting any extra bins. We're keeping the Sulo bin, the little rubbish bin, and then we've got the green waste bin and the recycling bin. We'll be able to, I think, put food scraps in the green waste bin. Not sure how that's going to work, but anyway. Kylie, yes, and as far as I know, there's only been one sort of incident at Lucas Heights. That was back in the 1980s, I think, if I remember. Or was that, I don't even know if it was an incident, if it was just protests over something. Can't remember. But Lucas Heights has been there for, decades, and it's very safe. They've even actually built whole housing estates around it now. It used to be out in the middle of nowhere, and now it's just like surrounded by houses and schools and preschools and, yeah. Anyway, okay. I would no, we won't be getting a discount. Is it a bigger green waste bin? I hope so. Although, see, I compost, so we don't have a lot of food scraps because I put in the compost, I put it in the bokashi bucket. We don't have a lot that goes in our bin. So, okay. My goodness, it's nearly 9 o'clock. I've kept you long enough. So this week, we're going to keep working on our cash budgets for our Stone Age Challenge, and we're going to start planning our perfect pantry. Figure out what we need to do, come up with some shopping lists that will get us our perfect pantries, because it takes time and it takes practice. And what you might think is perfect now, 3 months down the track or 12 months or 2 years down the track, may not be, because our circumstances and our lives change all the time. You know, like our household goes up, our household goes down, people come and go, whatever. Children grow and leave home, then you get grandbabies, so you sort of cater a bit for those, so you've got something for them. So our pantries are a bit like our budgets. They're meant to be fluid, but they also need to be reasonably stable. Anyway, if you've stuck with me so far, guys, you deserve medals. I apologize for ranting. I really do. I didn't mean to. I just get so jolly frustrated. So thank you so much for sticking with me all the way through. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, I would love it if you would click that subscribe button down there and then the bell next to it. That would really make me happy. And if you know someone who might like this video or might like to know about Cheapskates Club, please click the share button to send them the link. The other thing you could do is, if you haven't already, hit the thumbs up and give us a like. That makes YouTube happy, and they, you know, do wonderful things to our channel and make it easier for people to find us. And, you know, when people can find us easily, it makes it easier for us to spread the message that, you know, it's not only okay to live life debt-free, cashed up and laughing, but we can still do it, even in the craziness that is 2023. Now, next week I will be back. It's Easter Tuesday, but I will be here. I'm not sure how we're going to go, because I'm getting some work done on the channel and on our website over the next 10 days. Fingers crossed that I'm not doing it, so it'll be fine. I'm not touching it. But I will be back with a video for next Tuesday. Have a blessed Easter, everyone. And if you are traveling, please take care. And I'll see you next week. Until then, happy cheapskating. Don't forget, we're going to live the Stone Age way, cash budget, watching our pantries. Bye.